Your environment is no longer ordinary. Have you noticed how the atmosphere feels different when you step outside? Certain streets feel heavier, certain corners feel louder, and some places feel strangely peaceful. These aren't random sensations. They are emotional markers revealing that the territory has become spiritually heightened because your presence has awakened something. When you walk down the road, you're not just passing through, you're influencing the energy around you. People may turn to look at you without understanding why, or conversations may suddenly go silent when you appear. These subtle shifts are signs that the environment recognizes your calling before people do. This is why life feels intense lately. The place you once saw as ordinary is now sending messages in patterns, emotions, and interactions. You may feel more sensitive to negativity, more aware of hidden tension, or more alert to sudden changes. These are signals indicating that your inner growth is triggering outer reactions. Your neighborhood is responding to your elevation, almost as if the ground knows who you are becoming before you do. And as the energy rises, your intuition sharpens, drawing your attention to things you once walked past blindly. And here's the simple truth. You're not imagining the shift, you're awakening to it. Chosen one, the street you live on is not accidental. Your residence is part of a carefully aligned map designed to shape your growth, sharpen your awareness, and train your spiritual senses. Sometimes you're placed in a certain neighborhood not because it's comfortable, but because it carries information you need. You learn through the behavior of others, through patterns you notice, through the energy you feel. Some neighbors may mirror the challenges you must rise above, while others reflect the strength you are developing. The environment becomes a silent teacher. Even the people you encounter daily, the shopkeeper who watches you closely, the neighbor who greets you differently, the child who randomly waves at you, they are all part of the narrative. Some individuals are drawn to your light, others feel threatened by it. This dynamic creates a living classroom around you. When your purpose is rising, the world around you reshapes itself to prepare you. Your environment becomes a training ground filled with clues, messages, and spiritual indicators. You weren't placed there to survive, you were placed there to grow. If the atmosphere feels tense, heavy, or reactive lately, it's because your inner elevation is causing outer disruption. This happens when your presence challenges the spiritual or emotional comfort of the environment. People who once ignored you may suddenly become observant. Individuals who barely noticed you may start reacting strongly, either positively or negatively. These reactions expose the unseen layers of the neighborhood. You're seeing what was always there, but now your perception has sharpened enough to recognize it. You might also find that certain places feel draining while others feel energizing. This is not emotional instability, it's spiritual intelligence. Your senses are picking up signals meant specifically for you. The more you grow, the more you feel. And the more you feel, the more aware you become. This heightened awareness is a sign that you're entering a new chapter where discernment is your strongest tool. Your neighborhood is revealing who is aligned with your purpose and who is threatened by it. The pressure you feel is proof of your rising influence. Patterns are repeating, faces appear at the same time. Certain sounds feel louder. The number of unusual encounters has increased. These repetitions are spiritual breadcrumbs guiding you toward clarity. When signs repeat, it means the message is urgent. For example, you may notice the same person watching you more than once, or a neighbor suddenly acts strangely around you. That is not random, energy precedes behavior. Something about your presence is activating a response in others. Even the environment becomes symbolic. A sudden silence when you walk by, a random argument breaking out near your home, or unusual activity in your street are indicators that something is shifting on a deeper level. You have stepped into a phase where nothing around you is coincidental. Everything carries meaning because everything is connected to who you are becoming. Your attention is being pulled to the patterns so you can interpret what they are preparing you for. Pay attention, the signs are speaking your name. The truth is some people feel uneasy around you without understanding why. Your energy exposes intentions. Your growth reveals insecurities. Your clarity threatens confusion. People can sense authenticity, and authenticity makes pretenders uncomfortable. Even silent observers feel the weight of who you are becoming. They may not know your story, your strength, or your calling, but they can feel something different about you. Some individuals may keep their distance, while others may become strangely curious. Some may act overly friendly, while others respond with coldness. These emotional shifts are not personal attacks. They are reflections of how your energy disrupts stagnant environments. You bring movement where there was routine. You bring clarity where there was confusion. You bring change where there was comfort. And that alone alters how people behave around you. If people around you are acting differently, it's because you're changing, not because something is wrong. As you evolve internally, your surroundings begin reflecting that evolution externally. Doors that used to feel closed begin cracking open. Places that once felt comfortable now feel too small. People who once felt familiar suddenly feel misaligned. This shift is natural. Every elevation requires a change in perspective and environment. Your neighborhood begins revealing truths you never noticed before because you are finally ready to understand them. You might find yourself more observant, more reflective, more intuitive. Small details catch your attention: the way people speak, the way energy moves, the way certain streets feel heavier on some days. This heightened awareness is not anxiety, it is discernment. You're growing beyond the level where life felt random. You're now stepping into the ability to read the atmosphere around you, and your neighborhood becomes a living map of your transformation. Your surroundings are echoing the upgrade happening inside you. If you've been feeling more withdrawn lately, more silent, or more observant, it's because isolation is sharpening your perception. Sometimes you're pulled back so you can see clearly. Noise distracts, silence reveals. Your neighborhood feels louder because your spirit has become quieter. This contrast is intentional. It teaches you to detect subtle signals you would have previously ignored. You may find yourself avoiding certain places, walking different paths, or craving peace more than ever before. This is part of your preparation phase. Your environment is teaching you discipline, awareness, and emotional strength. Isolation is not loneliness, it's refinement, and your neighborhood is the training ground for it. You're being set apart so you can see what others overlook. Chosen one: when someone with purpose walks into a place, the atmosphere shifts. This isn't just spiritual language, it's psychological, emotional, and energetic. Studies show that confident or emotionally strong individuals alter group dynamics simply by entering a room. People subconsciously adjust their tone, their posture, and even their thoughts. You are experiencing this in your neighborhood because your inner identity has become stronger. Your growth is disrupting emotional patterns around you. The environment responds to your awakening like a ripple effect. People sense when someone is stepping into their calling, even if they cannot explain it. This is why reactions feel exaggerated lately. Your presence is heavy with purpose. You're not simply living in your neighborhood, you're influencing it. Your energy is louder than your words. The more you grow, the more the environment filters itself. Some people begin stepping back, others step forward. Some become supportive, others become suspicious. These reactions expose alignment. People who are meant for your journey will feel peace in your presence. Those who are not will feel discomfort. Your neighborhood becomes a stage where true intentions are revealed through subtle behavior, tone of voice, eye contact, and body language. You'll notice who greets you with sincerity, who watches you quietly, who avoids you, and who pretends not to see you. These behaviors are spiritual indicators disguised as everyday interactions. They're showing you who carries genuine energy and who carries hidden motives. Your elevation always reveals hidden truths. Every reaction you see is information. The signs in your neighborhood may be prepping you for change, a shift in environment, a rise in purpose, or a new chapter unfolding. When a territory becomes too tight, too reactive, or too loud, it often means your season there is nearing completion. But before any major shift, clarity often intensifies. You see more, feel more, understand more. The environment begins signaling what's coming next through people's behavior, sudden opportunities, or internal discomfort. Your neighborhood is not just where you live, it's where you're being prepared. And once your preparation is complete, new doors, new environments, and new alignments will start unfolding. But before that transition, you must listen carefully to what the environment is telling you. There's wisdom in every encounter, guidance in every strange moment, direction in every sign. Your next chapter is closer than you think. You may have noticed your senses feel amplified, sounds seem louder, people's emotions feel clearer, and even the slightest energy shift becomes noticeable. This isn't overthinking, it's spiritual and emotional maturity. Sensitive people aren't weak, they're highly intuitive. Your ability to pick up on subtle cues is what separates you from those who live on autopilot. Your neighborhood becomes a canvas, and you naturally notice shifts in color, tone, and atmosphere. This heightened sensitivity allows you to see beyond words and recognize what's unspoken. This new level of awareness helps you avoid emotional traps, toxic people, and hidden intentions. You start noticing patterns in behavior, recurring events, and repeated signals that others overlook. You sense tension before it becomes conflict and peace before it becomes breakthrough. Your sensitivity lets you understand your environment like a language. Every sound, feeling, and interaction carries meaning, and this meaning guides your next steps. Your sensitivity is a gift, not a burden. Embrace it. When you walk into a place with clarity, confusion becomes uncomfortable. People who have been operating in secrecy, jealousy, or low frequency may suddenly feel uneasy around you. Your light exposes what's hidden, not because you're trying to, but because authenticity reveals everything around it. The more grounded you become in your identity, the more obvious it becomes who is genuine and who is not. Your presence alone forces people to show their true intentions. Some neighbors may avoid eye contact, keep their distance, or act differently when you appear. This has nothing to do with you personally, it's the light you carry. People feel what you don't see. They sense what you haven't spoken, and your presence makes them aware of their own energy. That's why reactions around you feel stronger. Your light is revealing what darkness tried to hide. Wherever you go, truth shows itself. Have you noticed how certain places feel welcoming while others suddenly feel uncomfortable? That's because environments react to your internal growth. When you evolve, you no longer resonate with the places or people that once felt normal. Your vibration changes, so the atmosphere around you shifts in response. A neighborhood that once felt peaceful might feel restrictive now, or places that once drained you may suddenly feel lighter. These shifts are not random, they're indicators of alignment. Even nature responds. You may feel drawn to open skies, fresh air, or quiet corners that help you think clearly. You might find certain streets feeling heavier at night or certain houses giving off unusual energy. These sensations guide you to what aligns with your purpose and what doesn't. Your environment mirrors your transformation, revealing whether you're meant to stay, move, or prepare for something new. Your change is changing your surroundings. Your neighborhood is teaching you how to listen inwardly, not just outwardly. In a world full of noise, most people depend on external validation to make decisions. But chosen one, you're being trained to trust your intuition above everything else. Those sudden feelings, quiet warnings, unexplained nudges, they're not random. They're messages meant for you. When your environment feels different, your inner voice becomes louder, clearer, and more confident. You may find yourself turning down streets you normally don't take, avoiding certain areas, or feeling pushed to go outside at unusual times. This is your intuition guiding you. You're learning to follow instincts instead of logic, because logic can't always explain spiritual timing. Your inner voice is becoming your compass, and your neighborhood is the map you're learning to navigate. Trust the voice inside. It has never been wrong. That stranger who stared a little too long. That neighbor who suddenly greeted you differently. Those kids who keep watching you when you walk by. Even the random argument breaking out near your street. None of these are meaningless. Every encounter carries emotional or symbolic information meant to reveal something to you. Sometimes it's a warning. Sometimes it's confirmation. Sometimes it's a mirror showing you how much you've changed. Your neighborhood becomes a stage where life plays out lessons right in front of you. And when you pay attention, everything starts making sense. These encounters help you understand people's intentions and your own growth. You start recognizing patterns: who drains you, who energizes you, who avoids you, and who gravitates toward you. These reactions hold deeper truths than words ever could. Nothing you encounter is random. Everything is information. There were moments when you felt an urge to stay home, delay walking outside, or avoid certain places. At the time, it may have felt like hesitation, but it was protection. Sometimes your spirit senses what your eyes cannot see. The environment doesn't just reflect what's happening, it shields you from what you're not meant to encounter. You're being guided around danger, negativity, and misalignment without even realizing it. You may also notice that certain people who once bothered you suddenly disappeared. Conflicts that could have erupted never happened. Situations that seemed threatening somehow resolved themselves. This is not luck, it's alignment. Your energy is guarded and your growth requires protection. Your neighborhood reacts to keep you safe, even when you don't understand the reasons. You're protected, even in silence. Chosen one, when certain behaviors repeat, the same person walking past you at unusual times, the same noise happening at the same hour, the same emotional feeling hitting you in the same place, that is a sign. Patterns are not coincidences, they're previews. They reveal the underlying energy moving around you. They show what's preparing to manifest. Your neighborhood becomes predictive. You start noticing shifts before events happen. You sense discomfort before conflict arises. You feel excitement before breakthrough appears. This ability to read patterns is not common. It's a sign of spiritual maturity. The environment communicates through repetition, and once you learn the pattern, you learn the message. Patterns are preparation. Pay attention when they repeat. One of the strongest signs that you're entering a new chapter is feeling disconnected from your environment. Places that once felt familiar now feel distant. Conversations feel shallow. Certain people drain you faster. You may look around your neighborhood and feel like you don't belong anymore. This is not rejection, it's transformation. You're outgrowing the level of energy that once matched you. When you outgrow a place, your spirit becomes restless. You feel the need for change, for movement, for expansion. You start craving environments that align with your new mindset, new peace, and new purpose. This longing is not emotional confusion. It's a signal that your season is shifting. Your neighborhood has served its purpose, and now it's preparing you for more. When you outgrow a place internally, you outgrow it externally. You are not just witnessing what's happening, you're triggering it. Your growth causes others to act differently. Your presence intensifies energy. Your awareness exposes truth. You're both an observer and a catalyst. This dual role is why your neighborhood feels more reactive lately. People feel your shift even when you say nothing. They sense your elevation even before you speak. Because of this, strangers may respond to you unexpectedly, with respect, curiosity, jealousy, or confusion. Your presence disrupts stagnant environments because your energy is not stagnant. You're growing, rising, transforming, and the atmosphere reacts to that evolution. Without even trying, you make people aware of themselves. You're not just watching the change, you are the change. This chapter of your life has been a training ground. Every sign, every strange moment, every emotional shift has been building your awareness, strengthening your intuition, and shaping your spiritual identity. Whether you stay or eventually leave, what you've learned here will follow you into the next season. Your neighborhood was never the destination, it was the preparation zone. Everything around you has been a lesson in disguise. Learning people's energies, understanding patterns, noticing emotional shifts, and trusting your inner voice. You're being shaped into someone who can walk into any environment and instantly discern what others cannot see. This is not ordinary awareness, It's divine intelligence. And now, you're ready for what comes next. Your next chapter won't catch you by surprise. You've been trained for it. Sometimes it's not the big events that matter. It's the small, almost invisible moments. A flicker of light through your window, a door that creaks at the exact moment you think of someone, a bird that lands unusually close. These are all subtle signals. Your heightened awareness allows you to interpret these minor events as messages that guide your next step. The universe, or whatever higher energy is operating around you, often speaks in whispers before shouting. Even the tiniest interactions hold meaning. A neighbor's glance, the way a shopkeeper reacts when you enter, or a child's unexpected smile, all can reveal alignment, warning, or encouragement. These micro moments often go unnoticed by most, but you are learning to decode them. By paying attention, you're learning to navigate your neighborhood with both intuition and purpose. Don't dismiss small signs. They're often the loudest messages. Every time you step outside, you're carrying energy that affects everyone and everything around you. Your thoughts, emotions, and confidence create vibrations that others unconsciously sense. Have you noticed people acting differently around you lately? That's the frequency you carry. Your clarity, calmness, or even your silent strength can shift the energy of a street, a store, or a gathering. Even subtle actions ripple through your neighborhood. A smile, a greeting, or simply standing firm in your purpose can raise the overall vibration. Your environment responds not only to physical presence, but also to your emotional and spiritual frequency. Over time, you'll notice patterns forming. Places that resonate positively will attract you, while those that resist your energy may begin fading from your routine. Your presence is a signal. Your frequency is changing the atmosphere. Chosen one, as your awareness grows, doors that were invisible before begin to appear. These opportunities may look ordinary at first, a new friendship, a chance conversation, or an unexpected path in your neighborhood. The key is that only those who are awake, aware, and attentive notice them. Your environment is now an active guide, constantly showing you what is ready to manifest in your life. Opportunities also appear disguised as challenges. Someone may test you, or a situation may seem uncomfortable. But within these challenges lie keys to your growth. By observing carefully, by trusting your intuition, and by interpreting the signs around you, you unlock doors that were previously closed. Your neighborhood is becoming a living treasure map, revealing hidden potential in every corner. The awake always see what others overlook. When a place, person, or interaction leaves you feeling depleted, that's not a flaw in you, it's a warning. Your heightened sensitivity allows you to detect misalignment, negative energy, or situations that do not serve your growth. If a shop, street, or conversation repeatedly drains you, it's your spirit signaling that boundaries are necessary. Recognizing these energy drains is part of your preparation to step into a higher season. Energy drains also teach discernment. You learn to distinguish between fleeting discomfort and persistent misalignment. They show you who to trust, what to avoid, and when to move quietly without confrontation. This is not negativity, it is intelligence. Your neighborhood is training you to sense danger, spot opportunities, and protect your energy at all times. Feeling drained is a signal. Listen carefully. Often, before a breakthrough, the signs become impossible to ignore. Your neighborhood may feel louder, stranger, or more charged than usual. People may react unpredictably. Patterns repeat, coincidences multiply, and subtle cues become overwhelming. This is the prelude to transformation. The universe is aligning everything around you to prepare you for a leap in your purpose. When the signs intensify, it's a call to action, not panic. This is your moment to stay grounded, observe keenly, and trust the signals. Every interaction, every observation, every pattern is a piece of the puzzle. When you put it together, you'll realize the breakthrough has been orchestrated all along. Your neighborhood is no longer just a backdrop. It is a stage for your destiny. The louder the signs, the closer the breakthrough. Chosen one, Your environment has been speaking. Now you know why things feel different because you are different. If this message touched you, comment on Anointed Era. I'm listening to the signs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help others in their own neighborhoods recognize the signs meant for them. Stay aligned, stay aware, and stay connected. More powerful messages are coming.